Sacramento, California, 1977. A quiet neighborhood, unlocked doors, suburban calm. Police arrive at a home after a frantic call. Inside, something feels wrong. Not robbery, not random violence. Something ritualistic, something irrational. This wasn't about money. This wasn't revenge. This was about blood. His name was Richard Chase. The press would call him the Vampire of Sacramento. But the truth behind that name is far more disturbing than any horror movie, because this wasn't a monster hiding in shadows. It was a man unraveling in plain sight. Richard Trenton Chase was born in 1950 in California. Early signs of instability, bedwetting. Into adolescence, animal cruelty. Social isolation. Neighbors described him as strange, withdrawn. As he grew older, paranoia began to develop. He believed his blood was turning to powder. His heart was shrinking. Nazis were poisoning him. His skull bones were shifting. These weren't exaggerations. These were delusions by his early 20s. Chase was diagnosed with severe mental illness, later identified as paranoid schizophrenia. He was hospitalized multiple times, given medication, released. Stopped taking medication, repeated. This cycle would become deadly. By 1977, his mental state had severely deteriorated. He became obsessed with the idea that his blood was disappearing. He believed drinking blood would keep him alive. He began killing animals, blending animal remains into drinks, telling friends it was for health. Friends thought it was bizarre, but not dangerous. That would change. He also began randomly trying doors in neighborhoods. Here's the chilling part. If a door was locked, he believed he was not welcome. If it was unlocked, he believed he was invited. This warped logic guided his crimes. December 29th. 1977, a drive-by shooting kills a 51-year-old man unloading groceries. No connection, no argument. No motive, random. Police struggle to connect it to anything larger. Weeks later, Chase escalates. Now the violence is no longer distant. He begins entering homes, choosing unlocked doors. What investigators later discovered inside those homes stunned even seasoned officers. The scenes were chaotic, disorganized, delusional. Not the work of a calculating mastermind, but someone deeply psychotic. January 1978, multiple home invasions occurred in Sacramento. Residents panic. Parents begin locking doors during the day, something many didn't do before. News reports describe an unpredictable killer. Police suspect the same person, but the pattern isn't clear. There's no ransom, no sexual motive in the traditional sense, no robbery, just random. Untreated random violence and ritualistic behavior centered around blood. The press soon coins a nickname, the Vampire Killer. The name spreads fast, fear spreads faster. What makes this case uniquely disturbing isn't calculation, it's mental collapse. Chase believed UFOs were monitoring him. His blood vessels were disappearing. Only fresh blood could prevent death. He would walk around with oranges on his head, believing vitamin C would strengthen his skull. He was arrested months earlier for injecting rabbit blood into himself. Doctors treated him. Released him, he stopped medication again. Family tried to help, but fear kept growing. Then came the final murders, multiple victims in one home. The city erupted into panic. This was no longer isolated. It was escalating fast. Police find a break, fingerprints left at crime scenes. Unlike organized killers, Chase was sloppy. He left evidence trash. Items connecting him. When police search his apartment, they find disturbing evidence of his delusions, blenders, animal remains, blood-stained items. The walls tell a story of a mind completely detached from reality. He is arrested without resistance. During questioning, he appears confused, detached. He genuinely believes he was preventing his own death. The trial becomes a battle over sanity. Defense argues severe schizophrenia. Delusional psychosis. Prosecution argues he knew right from wrong. Evidence. He avoided locked doors. He attempted to conceal actions, which suggests awareness. In 1979, Richard Chase is convicted of multiple murders. He is sentenced to death. Years later, in 1980, he dies in prison by suicide. Was Richard Chase evil or profoundly mentally ill? This case forces a disturbing question. At what point does untreated mental illness become public? Danger warning signs were there. Hospitalizations happened, but systems failed. The Vampire of Sacramento wasn't hiding in darkness. He was deteriorating openly, and no one stopped it in time. But Richard Chase was fighting demons no one else could see, and the city paid the price. Thank you for watching Twisted Cases. For more real unsolved mysteries, disturbing cases, and stories that time never forgot, subscribe and join us on the dark side of true crime. New episodes every week.